Hello viewers, former President Donald Trump has described the New York Times' Maggie Haberman a maggot in an assault on her upcoming book about his presidency. Haberman's new book, Confidence Man: The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America, will be released subsequent week, but excerpts have been widely publicized in the media. But as we move on, please take a minute of your precious time to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for latest updates from us. Anecdotes from the e-book appear to paint the former president in a poor light, inclusive of a claim that he considered firing his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner by means of a tweet. They were White House advisors at the time. Trump slammed Haberman, senior political reporter at the New York Times, on his Truth Social platform on Friday. Maggie Haberman, sick of the unfunded liability-plagued New York Times, is my self-appointed biographer, even though she bought the Russia hoax and the Mueller report conclusion completely wrong and refused to write about the fact that the Democrats spied on my campaign, lied to Congress and cheated and lied to the FISA court, the former president wrote. He was referring to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into alleged hyperlinks between Trump's 2016 presidential campaign and Russia, as well as the truth that two warrants obtained to surveil former Trump campaign aide Carter Page had been later deemed to be invalid because the government made material misstatements in their effort to achieve them. Magot was also duped on impeachment hoax number 1 and impeachment hoax number 2 and stated in 2016 that Trump will not run for president. She is a bad writer with very terrible sources. Trump added. Haberman's book also says that the former president had threatened to go after her smartphone records in order to identify leakers. Trump, irritated about my published stories, would bellow that he wanted administration officers to obtain my phone files and identify my sources, Haberman wrote. The former president also made up an excuse for now not revealing his tax returns during the 2016 election while on a plane, in accordance to Haberman's account. Well, you know my taxes are under audit. I usually get audited, Trump reportedly said. So what I mean is, well, I ought to just say, I'll release them when I'm no longer beneath audit. 'Cause I'll never not be below audit. Trump repeatedly said he may want to not release his tax returns in 2016 due to the fact he was under audit, although there was no legal barrier to doing so. He grew to become the first major party presidential candidate no longer to release his tax returns since the exercise began with President Richard Nixon in the 1970s. Trump previously criticized Haberman's e-book in a statement issued in February, saying, "Yet another pretend book by a reporter who knows nothing about me. Maggie Haberman of the New York Times is making up testimonies about my relationship with foreign leaders. She claims I speak with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, however not other world leaders. Wrong." Newsweek has requested Haberman and Trump's office for comment. "I love being with her. She's like my psychiatrist," Donald Trump said. He was speaking about Maggie Haberman, the New York Times reporter who has dominated the cutthroat Trump beat and the author of the upcoming book Confidence Man: The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America. "I've in no way seen a psychiatrist," he added, "but if I did, I'm sure it would no longer be as good as this, right?" Haberman is known for her tenacity. Previous colleagues describe her as someone who could juggle a BlackBerry, a flip cell phone and a cigarette at the same time, but what makes her so well suited to masking Trump? Michael Kruse went to New York to find out what brings a great journalist and an intricate subject together. Trump and Haberman in so many ways couldn't be any greater different. He, for starters, is a serial liar, and she occupationally and dispositionally is a seeker of truth. However, the Venn diagram of the two is not nil, he writes. They each are born and raised New Yorkers who followed their fathers somewhat reluctantly into their respective household businesses. They both can show in a similar fashion obsessive tendencies, but additionally enduring insecurities in spite of their manifest successes, albeit of utterly disparate sorts. They each have skins that can be simultaneously thick and thin, and occasionally find it hard to slough off slights. What is your honest opinion about this video? Please drop your comments.